Hello students, now I am going to explain the next topic of chapter 2. Now before my explanation, I would like to say that in my previous video when I was giving exercise of 2b, question number 9 part B, in the case of electricity I had given one reaction. In that reaction it is potassium chloride. It is not potassium chlorate, it is potassium chloride. Okay, so all of you note it. Now today my topic is energy change in chemical reactions. Energy change in chemical reaction. So we know that whenever any chemical change is going on, either energy released or energy absorbed. So in every chemical change or every chemical reaction, change in energy is involved. Okay, in every chemical change or in every chemical reaction, change in energy should involve. It should be change in energy. There is a difference between the chemical energies of the reactants and the products. In the reactant side and in the product side, there is a difference between the chemical energies. Okay, in the reactant side means in the left side and in the product side means in the right side. There is a difference between the chemical energies. This energy can be in the form of, okay, so this energy can be in the form of heat also, it can be in the form of light also, it can be in the form of sound also, and it can be in the form of electricity also. Okay, so every substance has a fixed amount of stored energy, we know that. Okay, we know that every substance has a fixed amount of stored energy, which is in the form of potential energy. Okay, I hope all of you know the meaning of potential energy. So this potential energy is only called chemical energy. Okay, so depending upon the energy released or absorbed. Okay, I told you just now, whenever any chemical change is going on, energy is either absorbed or released. So depending upon the energy released or absorbed, the chemical changes or chemical reactions are of two types. Okay, first one is exothermic reaction and second one is endothermic reaction. So first one is your exothermic reaction. So what do you mean by exothermic reaction? A chemical reaction in which heat is given out, in which energy is released, in which heat is released, in which heat is given out. Okay, so that type of reactions are called exothermic reaction. Okay, heat released. Okay, energy released. So that type of reactions are called exothermic reaction. It causes a rise in temperature. It causes rise in temperature. Okay, so these type of reactions are called exothermic reactions. So a chemical reaction in which heat, okay, heat is a form of energy. I told you just now this energy can be in any form. Okay, in the form of heat also, in the form of light also, in the form of sound also, or in the form of electricity. So a chemical reaction in which heat is given out or heat is released, okay, so that type of reaction is called exothermic reaction. It causes a rise in temperature. Okay, because of this exothermic reaction, temperature increases. In an exothermic reaction, total energy content of reactant is more than that of the product. Okay, always you have to remember that in an exothermic reaction, the total energy of the reactant is always more than that of the product. Okay, reactant side energy will be more, okay, in comparison to product side. Okay, so this is called exothermic reaction. Now so many examples are given. I am just giving you 1-2 example. First one, when carbon burns in oxygen. Okay, when carbon burns in oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide and lots of heat is released. So this is one example of exothermic reaction. Okay, one more example you can see. Neutralization reactions are also called exothermic reaction. Okay, neutralization reaction, a reaction in which one acid is reacting with base to form salt and water. I hope all of you remembered. Okay, when one acid is reacting with base to form salt and water, that type of reactions are called neutralization reactions. So neutralization reactions are also exothermic reactions, because in this also heat is released. Okay, for example, this is one example. Second example, when sodium hydroxide, okay, sodium hydroxide is a base, when it is reacting with hydrochloric acid, it is an acid, so when it is reacting, one base is reacting with one acid, it forms one salt of sodium chloride and water. So this one is also one example of exothermic reaction. In this also heat is released. Okay, one more example, the combustion of glucose with oxygen in the cells of the body. Okay, when glucose reacting with oxygen in our body, so it forms carbon dioxide, water and lots of energy. Okay, this process is taking place in our body only, and this process is called respiration. So respiration is also one example of exothermic reaction, because in this process also lots of energy is releasing. Okay, so this exothermic reaction is also coming under the category of exothermic reaction. Okay, so respiration, rusting is also one example of exothermic reaction. Okay, burning of coal, burning of petrol, kerosene, cooking gas, etc. are some common example of exothermic reaction. Okay, now next one is your endothermic reaction. Okay, next one is your endothermic reaction. So what do you mean by endothermic reaction? Endothermic reaction, a chemical reaction in which heat is absorbed. In this, heat is absorbed. Okay, energy absorbed. So a chemical reaction in which heat is absorbed is called endothermic reaction. It causes fall in temperature. It decreases the temperature. Okay, so this is called endothermic reaction. So such reactions cannot be sustained without supply of energy from an external source. In this type of reaction, energy is supplying from an external source. In an endothermic reaction, total energy content of the product is more than that of the reactant, just opposite of exothermic reaction. In this, the total content of energy in the product side will be more, okay, and in the reactant side it will be less. Okay, so just opposite of exothermic reaction. Now some example of endothermic reaction. First one, formation of carbon disulfide. When carbon is heated, okay, when carbon is heated with sulfur at high temperature, okay, this is the symbol of heat. So when carbon is heated with sulfur at high temperature, liquid carbon disulfide is formed. Okay, in this heat is absorbed. Okay, in this condition heat is absorbing. So this is the example of endothermic reaction. Okay, one more example you see, when nitrogen and oxygen are heating together. When nitrogen and oxygen are heating together, nitric oxide is formed. Okay, nitric oxide is formed. So this is also one example of endothermic reaction. Okay, one more example of calcium carbonate. When calcium carbonate decomposes into carbon dioxide and calcium oxide. Okay, carbon dioxide and calcium oxide. Okay, so when it is heated to a temperature of about 1000 degrees Celsius, this is also an example of endothermic reaction. So these are the examples of the endothermic reaction. Now two more terms are there. photochemical reaction and electrochemical reaction. In my previous video I explained, okay, these two terms, photochemical and electrochemical reaction. So what do you mean by photochemical reaction? Photochemical reaction. It is a reaction that occurs with absorption of light. With absorption of light. In the photochemical reaction, absorption of light is going on. Okay? And in electrochemical reaction, absorption of electricity. Absorption of electricity or electrical energy. So this is called photochemical reaction. Photochemical reaction is a reaction that occurs with absorption of light energy, okay, and electrochemical reaction that occurs with absorption of electrical energy. In photochemical reaction, you can see one example is given here of photosynthesis, okay, in the presence of sunlight only, when carbon dioxide is reacting with water. Carbon dioxide is reacting with water. I am not balancing it, you just balance it afterwards. We are getting glucose, water and oxygen, okay, in the presence of sunlight. So this is also one example of photochemical reaction. Okay, for electrochemical reaction, very good example is of electrolysis of water. Okay, when you pass electric current in water, if you pass in water, you will get hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this is one example of photochemical reaction, and this one is one example of electrochemical reaction. Okay, now I am going to give you the exercise of 2C. Okay, exercise of 2C. In this exercise, so many questions are repeated, which you had already done in the previous exercise. So no need to write it again. The questions which are repeated, no need to write it again in the copy. Okay, remember it. Exercise 2C. Okay, first question already you have written in the previous exercise. Okay, what is a chemical change? Give two example of chemical change. So no need to write in the copy. Okay, answer number 2. Why energy is involved in a chemical change? You will get this answer in page number 30. In page number 30, in the first paragraph only. Okay, you have to write in every chemical change, you have to start and you have to write till products in the first paragraph. Okay, then from the second paragraph, you have to write from a chemical reaction. In the second paragraph only, you have to start from chemical reaction, and in the fourth line, you have to write till energy. So this is the answer of second question. Okay, now third one. What do you understand by chemical reaction? This one is also you have written in the previous exercise, so no need to write this. Now answer number 4. Give an example of a reaction where the following are involved. Okay, this answer also you have written in the previous exercise. Evolution of heat, okay, the conditions of chemical change. Okay, in exercise 2A only, okay, all the conditions were there, okay, where evolution of heat, absorption of heat or high pressure is required. So evolution of heat you can write from this chapter only. For evolution of heat, you just write one example of exothermic reaction. Okay, this one you can write C plus O2 is equal to CO2 plus heat. Okay, and for absorption of heat, you can write this one. When carbon is reacting with sulfur, you will get carbon disulfide. Okay, and for high pressure, you will get this answer in page number 22. High pressure, for high pressure, you will get in page number 22. Okay, now question number 5, already you have written. State the characteristic of a chemical reaction. Okay, Characteristics. I hope you remember. What are the characteristics of a chemical reaction? It is given in your page number in exercise 2A. In exercise 2A it is given in page number 22. Okay, evolution of gas, change of color, formation of the precipitates and change of state. So in page number 22 and 23 you will get characteristic of a chemical reaction. Now answer number 6. Give an example of each of the following chemical changes. Answer number 6. Part A you will get in page number 23. B you will get in page number 23. C, this one you can write, okay, exothermic reaction, and endothermic reaction you can write this one only for D. Okay, so this one is A, B, C, D, and the last one is a reaction where color change is noticed. For that you can write, you will get in page number 23. Okay, this one is A, these both are in A, page number 23 and page number 23 you will get both in. And for answer number B you have to write one exothermic reaction and one endothermic reaction. And for C, a reaction where color change is noticed, you will get in page number 23. Now I hope it is clear to you. Okay, for A also two parts are there, so both the answer you will get in page number 23 only. For B you have to write one exothermic reaction and one endothermic reaction, which is already given here. And for part C you have to see in page number 23. Now define exothermic and endothermic change. Give two examples in each case. You will get in page number 30. Page number 30. Now question number 8. Question number 8 I will give you at last. Okay, because I have to write the answer. Now you see question number 9. Question number 9. Define a photochemical reaction. You will get in page number 31. Okay. And for B also you have to see in page number 31 only. Okay. Complete and balance the following reaction. This one I am solving it. You have to complete it. This is very simple reaction. When sodium chloride is reacting with silver nitrate, what you will get? Silver chloride, okay, precipitate, okay, and sodium nitrate in aqueous form. Okay, if it is not balanced, you have to balance it. Now second one, lead nitrate is reacting with potassium iodide. You will get now C, copper oxide plus carbon dioxide. Now D, again lead nitrate only. When it is heated, we will get lead oxide. So you have to check that it is balanced or not. If it is not balanced, you have to balance it by yourself. Okay, now answer number 11. Lead nitrate is heated. Okay, see this one. Lead nitrate is heated. Answer number D. Answer number 10, part D. This is the answer of part A. Okay, now question number B. Silver chloride is exposed to sunlight. In page number 25 you will get. You have to find out. Hydrogen peroxide is exposed to sunlight. In page number 22 you will get. Okay. D. H2S gas is passed through copper sulfate solution. Page number 28. E. Barium chloride is added to sodium sulfate solution. In page number 28 you will get. F. Water is added to quicklime. Page number 30. And G. Sodium chloride solution is added to silver nitrate solution. This one only. Okay. This one also you will get in page number 28. This one only. This reaction you have to write here. Okay. Now answer number 12. Okay, last question. Answer number 12. In answer number 12, what it is asking? A carbonate which does not decompose on heating. So, sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate. B. A nitrate which produces oxygen as the only gas. Sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. C. A compound which produces carbon dioxide on heating. Calcium carbonate. Now D. A nitrate which produces brown gas on heating. Lithium nitrate. Okay, now question number 8. Okay, question number 8 I am writing. Just write down all of you. In your first term exam, chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 will come. Okay, chapter number 1 all the parts and chapter number 2 also all the parts. Multiple choice questions will come, so you have to study. Okay, whole chapter you have to see. All the examples, all the formulas, everything you have to study. So answer number 8 I am writing here. In exothermic reactions are spontaneous, and warm their surroundings. It is asking that what is the effect of exothermic and endothermic reactions in surroundings. So exothermic reactions are spontaneous and warm their surroundings with the release of heat energy. Okay. Now endothermic reactions, I am writing in short. Endothermic reactions absorb heat energy from their surroundings and cause their surroundings to cool down. So these are the answers of exercise 2C. So your syllabus is completed for first term exam. Okay, thank you so much.